blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry, one artist at a time.
Take those steps beyond your way. Take those steps when you have a dream. You gotta start. It's the only way. If you're gonna shine, and you're gonna shine, shine, shine. You're gonna shine. Hello and welcome to the ranch, everyone. This is our live show. We're going to have a great show for you tonight. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one stop for all indie artists. If you're an indie artist, you want your music on Blast Music. If you're looking for new music, you got to go to Blast Music. We now are leveling up. We're going to have our own magazine. We have our own jukebox, and everything that gets played there goes back to our artists. So we're really all things indie artists. And we have our radio affiliates, the Plow Zone in California. We love our listeners. On Wednesday, the Plow Zone, and Thursday we have my indie radio out of Paris, France, which is all over Europe. So love you guys listening. And we have our streaming affiliates. We are everywhere you want to be: Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, YouTube Music, Podcast Addict, Listen Notes. We are everywhere. And today we are shining bright on the ranch. But I have to tell you, I'm just going to take a brief minute to take a personal moment. There are people out there who just don't know how they shine. I'm sorry. And one of them is my cousin, who we lost way too soon. And people, I use music to get me through a lot. Reach out, people. People from the music community are a great family. Just show up at anywhere. Just listen and reach out always. Always here for you on the ranch. I got my listeners. I got my Billies on listening. I'd love to hear from everyone watching tonight because we have a great show. We got Re Mattei coming in from Tennessee. Hello. Wait. We got applause. Wait, where's my applause? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Wait.
Oh, what a crowd. Yeah,
we have a crowd. We actually do have quite a few people listening tonight. We'd love to hear where you're listening in tonight. And again, on the ranch, it's a sunshiny day. We are all things indie music, and we are quite a community. And I've used this community a lot to get me through a lot of tough times. I've used it to kind of, share my messages and things like that. And you always have a friend when you're listening to music. So again, that's my message. I'm getting off my soapbox. I just had some bad news about my cousin. So
I'm sorry. Sorry for your loss.
It's lousy. It really is. But again, some people just don't know how bright they shine. And, there's always help out there. And I'm sorry some people don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So but we got some fun music. We're going to be country rocking tonight. So now we met through ISA. Again, I talk about ISA a lot on the show, the International Singer-Songwriter Association. Oh, Billy. Okay, thank you, Billy. My thoughts and prayers are with you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. So from now, Tennessee, we got to talk here. Tennessee is actually a big state. When everyone hears Tennessee, everyone goes Nashville, Knoxville. But there are different parts of Tennessee. So tell us, you're like a country girl.
Yeah. I'm out here in Columbia, Tennessee, out in a little area called Theta. And it's definitely country. And I love it. I have great neighbors. And, sometimes we take care of their chickens and they'll take care of my dogs. And we're there for each other. So it's a gift. It's a gift to be out here in the country in Tennessee.
It's definitely a different way of life,
Mm-hmm.
And it's country. Suburbs is a different way of living. I'm a suburban girl. When I'm in the country, I feel like, oh, I'm like a city girl. When I'm in the city, I'm like, ah, no, I don't feel fit here either. Like I am a suburban girl. I want to feel like I'm like a little isolated, but I can get to everything really, really quickly.
Yeah, I came from New Jersey in the suburbs in Trenton, New Jersey. So I know what that's like. And it's like a little different than the city, but not quite the country. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we got the best of both worlds. Yeah, I was living in New Jersey for 28 years. I just moved to Pennsylvania.
Yeah. What part of Pennsylvania are you in?
I'm in Easton.
Oh, yeah, Easton. It's nice.
It
I
is.
used to go into Pennsylvania when I was in Jersey. I enjoyed it.
Oh, you're close to Philly down there by Trenton.
That's right. Definitely. Philly cheesesteaks.
So
You got, you
you
gotta have a
get
Philly
it.
cheesesteak. Yes.
Oh, thank you. I mean,
Yes.
other places think they know, and it's kind of sad because they don't even know that they don't know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
That,
The authentic Philly cheesesteak.
you go to places, I want a cheesesteak, and you get it, and you're like, what is this? They stick stupid things in there. Like, no, it's not just
Yeah.
hunks of steak. No, like,
No.
Swiss sauce
Mhm.
without sauce. You know. So, how long did you move from Trenton?
Oh gosh, I left Trenton when I was 18 years old because I went to college at Berklee College of Music. So I
Oh,
went, yeah, I went from Trenton, New Jersey to Boston, Massachusetts. And the last thing my dad said to me and my mom when they dropped me off the dorm was, do not be a loner anymore. Because I used to hang out with myself, in the suburbs in New Jersey. I would go to the deli down the road and I'd write songs and have my apple pie and a coffee. And in Boston, you learn to be a city girl when you're in Boston. But
oh
I
yeah.
loved it.
You
I
know
loved
what's
it.
really cool about Boston? I have a show up there in April, so I'm heading that way. But it's city is city and city, and then it's all like the historic city. It's
Yes.
like all merged together. You
Yeah.
know, and it's really a kind of cool like walking city.
Yeah. I went back there a few years ago and I went to the Little Italy section
Hmm.
because I love Mike's pastry there. And it was around the fall, so I got my pumpkin. Oh, what was it? It was some kind of pumpkin cannoli. I love cannolis. I'm Italian, so I grew up with my grandmother making cannolis. So, and it's the closest thing. And so I went down there. I went to a little Italian restaurant called Lucia's, and I just loved it. Yeah, Boston is so many cultural things you can see and do and eat. So much fun.
Clam chowder.
Yeah, definitely the seafood.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I like Boston. But you studied guitar there, right? At Berkeley.
Yes,
That is
yeah,
so impressive.
yeah, I was a guitar performance major, and yeah, I would practice 6 hours a day, almost every day. I really wish I had time to do that again in some ways. Although, I'm glad that I'm busy doing other music things. But it it really was helpful to I played a lot, and I learned a lot, and so many wonderful people, at Berkeley. And I think it was the first time I grew up kind of being picked on as a child.
Mhm.
And I was definitely very book smart. And so, I think I didn't even go on my first date till I was like 16 or 17. But
Yeah,
when
me
I went to
too.
Berkeley,
Me
everybody
too.
was different. I dressed different. I didn't really follow the crowd. And when I went to Berkeley, nobody cared. It's like I walked in the cafeteria and I thought, oh, am I going to get picked on? And like everybody's like, come sit over here. And it was just like such a great, loving, accepting community and so many great players. I learned so much from so many players
That's
there.
really good to hear, because that's what I love about the indie industry. We're not competitive. We support each other, and I
Hmm.
love all of that. And you don't feel like you're alone, like when you're with your indie artists. And I'd love to hear that at Berkeley because you would think it's competitive.
Yeah, it was totally the opposite. People were very helpful, and I learned a lot and just met so many wonderful people when I was at Berkeley. One of them was Pete Hutlinger, who at the time he ended up being a very well-known guitar player, especially on acoustic guitar. He's an incredible player. He passed away early, unfortunately. But he was playing there, and I'd be like, I know this is a jazz school, but I play country music. What do you think? And he'd be like, sure, I'll play with you. And so
Oh, that's
we
great.
played the Berkeley Performance Center together and a few gigs around town in Boston. And but I met just so many wonderful people that remained friends that I stayed in contact with through the years. Like even on Facebook, there's a Berkeley community, a couple of them that I'm in, and we kind of keep up with each other.
Well, I love to hear that because Trenton isn't a huge country area, and neither is Boston. And there you are, jazz during the day. The teachers are cracking the whip, and then you're like, country music. Why country music? Why did you go Americana?
Why did I do country?
Yeah, why did you gravitate towards country?
Because I grew up listening to country music. So my parents were very musical. My dad played accordion when he was in high school. My mom played the violin, but around our house there was always country music playing all
Okay.
day long. And all the legends like Tammy Wynette, Waylon Jennings, Conway Twitty, all these people. I remember that I was I was listening to the radio, and as a kid, I would love to know who wrote the songs. Like I didn't care about just who the artists were. I wanted to know who the writers were. And they had a contest on the radio, and everybody was calling in and getting it wrong. And they wanted to know who wrote the Rhinestone Cowboy by Glenn Campbell. and I called in. Here I was in my teens. I don't know if I was 13, 14. I called in Larry Weiss, and they're like, we can't believe it, a 13-year-old, how to tell us who it was. But I just grew up with it. And there was a place called the White Horse Bowling Lanes in New Jersey where my parents could go and see artists for I think it was $15 or something. It included a couple drinks. And when I was a real tiny, I got to see Tammy Wynette. And I got to sit on the stage with Tammy Wynette. And I was very young. I don't know how old I was. I was extremely young. Like, I don't even know if I was maybe I was probably in kindergarten or something like that. But I just remember she was so gracious. And she was wearing this dress that kind of flared out. And she let me sit up there while she was signing autographs. And that really left a lasting impression with me with country music.
Right.
But so I was just kind of raised in amongst country music.
There you go. And you had great experience with it.
Yes.
I gotta tell you, one of my best gigs was out in Pittsburgh, the Arsenal Bowling Alley. It was so fun. The people were there for rock and bowling. Like, they were there to listen to music and bowling, and I had these contests going. The next strike wins my album, like my CD, and stuff like that. And they were all like competing. It was so fun. Who knew?
Yeah, those
Bowling
places
music
are fun.
must be a thing. I didn't know. I
Mhm.
missed that one growing up. But cool stuff. Well, I'm debuting a new song, aren't I?
Yes, I'm very excited about this song. First of all, there's a wonderful girl that I've been co-writing with for years now called Courtney Bach. That's her name, and she's a sweetie. And we have been writing together. And I kept telling her, I'm going to be doing this new album, and we're going to put some of your songs on there. And she kept waiting and waiting so patiently. And so this is the song that Courtney and I wrote. And I could come up with this idea. And we wanted to just write a song about, love has nothing to do with what's parked in the driveway. It's not flashy. It doesn't matter what someone looks like. Love is all about how you feel when you're with that right person. And that's all that really matters. And, we just wanted to write a song that kind of talked about that. And so I'm very excited about this song. It has Grammy Award-winning co-producer and a mixing and mastering engineers that have won Grammys. And I'm just really grateful for the team that helped put this together. Bart Pursley, the producer on it. And so just great musicians from Nashville. And just I just really grateful for the song right now. It's gotten really a good comments so far. Just came out on the 13th of February, right before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so excited. Now, we don't have a video for this, but we're all going to be listening to It's a Love Thing.
When I see you pull up in my drive, red Chevy built in 95. Don't need a fancy car to steal away my heart. It's how you look at me, not the ride. It's a love thing that makes my heart burn hot, like it's peeling out of the parking lot. Full throttle, never hitting the brakes. It's a love thing. It's not all about the looks or the money that gets me hooked. It's the kind of high that can't be bought for playing. It's a love thing. It's a love thing. When I'm standing in the checkout line, magazines telling me how to reel in a rich guy. But for me, a love that lasts is worth more than $1 million in my hands. It's not about just having a good time. It's a love thing that makes my heart burn hot, like it's peeling out of the parking lot. Full throttle, never hitting the brakes. It's a love thing. It's not all about the looks or the money that gets me hooked. It's the kind of high that can't be bought for playing. It's a love thing. It's a love thing. When you feel the thrill, it's a love thing that makes your heart burn hot, like it's peeling out of the parking lot. Full throttle, never hitting the brakes. It's a love thing. It's not all about the looks or the money that gets me hooked. It's the kind of high that can't be bought with playing. It's a love thing. It's a love thing.
I love my applause. They just added
that.
Yeah. Oh, Billy loves that one. He's jamming along.
Thank you, Billy.
Oh, you're a sweetheart. Oh, I didn't put your comment up. There it is. All right, we got some other people watching. If you have any comments, any questions, we're here for you. We're here for you.
I told them they could ask questions if they want to.
That's right. And we are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one stop for all indie artists. We have our affiliates. We have My Indie Radio, the Plow Zone out in California. We also have Oto Universe, which is why we can go on Roku TV. They help all indie artists with their video needs. Tell them Randie sent you, and you're going to hook you up. So, love you guys. Then we have Don Ricks and To The Max Advertising. We'll help you out with logos and banners and things like that. So, again, indie artists supporting indie artists. We love it. Love it. Now, a great song. That's going to do well.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's going to do well. All right. So we were talking before, how indie artists, you went to school for music. Did it really prepare you for the business side of music?
Not at all. Not at all.
But you play a kick-ass guitar, but everything else.
It doesn't prepare you for when the string breaks in the middle of your solo. It doesn't prepare you for these things. I learned to change strings really quickly when I was in the first band I was in. I was in this all-girl female band called Uptown Girls, and I really would pride myself and time myself on how fast, because I only had one guitar. That's all I could afford was my guitar, my electric guitar.
Right.
And so that's what I would do. But no, because I think they have music business now at Berkeley. I'm sure they do. They didn't back then. It was more just, you would learn your instrument and learn your craft and learn to play a lot of jazz music and things like that, which was great. But yeah, I ended up getting a note in my mailbox 2 weeks before school was over, because I didn't know what I was going to do when I came out of Berkeley. And there was a little note in there saying, there's this all-girl band and we need a lead guitar player. We want you to audition. We've got gigs all over, the East Coast and this and that and overseas. And I'm like, this is a joke, And I called my parents and they're like, maybe you should call them and find out. Maybe it's not a joke. So I called and it was for real. And I auditioned and ended up getting hired for that band. And we traveled for 3.5 years all over, Philippines, Japan, all those places. But yeah, Berkeley didn't prepare me for all the things that happened. Our first gig, we were fired. Right out of there. Yes, I remember calling my dad and saying, I think I want to come home. Dad's like, no, you're not. You need to give it longer. You need to give it more time, which was the best advice I ever got, because it ended up being such a great gig. And I did it for a long time and I got to see the world and I learned a lot. I learned a lot along the way. So that was, yeah.
So you had
fun.
success really, really early on.
Yeah, I was very fortunate, because we had a really good agent out of Florida. He's passed away now. His name was Monty, and it was in Orlando, Florida. And I don't know, he had some really good connections. One night we saw him. We were playing in Atlantic City, and he was sitting there eating dinner with Rich Little. And I'm like, how do you know these people? But he had a lot of connections, so we were able to go overseas and play for troops, which was wonderful. Neat. Yeah, and I love playing for the military. They're so appreciative,
right.
And I'm just grateful to be a military person out there.
Come on, right.
They were so respectful. They were very nice. Yeah, but it was fun. But yeah, I think the music business, you learn as you go. We were talking about that before we went on. As independent artists, we wear a lot of hats. You learn to do things just because, you can't afford to sometimes always pay somebody else to do it. So you learn how to do videos, you learn how to do social media and, all that kind of stuff, just because it's important. It's part of what you have to do,
Right. So. It's like, I can write a song. Great. Oh,
yeah.
I got to find a producer.
Now what?
Now I need a video. You hold the camera. We'll find it and we'll edit it. You just kind of make things up as you go.
Yeah. But I enjoy it too. I don't know if you enjoy it, but I love making videos.
I love videos. Fun. I love jumping in front of a camera and I've done medieval things where a guy stalked me, wings to fly, and that was a cool video. That one was fun. And I drug a bed to the middle of the forest.
That was fun.
Well, that was the one. Okay, we could talk about this because this is the video coming up, I think. No, it's not. But anyway, where I got called out for the bad air guitar playing.
Ah, yes. I remember you were talking to me about that. Yeah.
It was
air
hot.
Guitar. I think air guitar is underrated.
The tracks, you were saying the tracks are done. You're in the middle of nowhere, you have to listen to the track. There's a delay. You got to try to play and sync everything. And then your editor's got to put it at the right spot.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's definitely a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. Do you have the same film crew? Do you have different people you use?
So it depends on the video. The one you're going to play, one of them, Country Love. That one has Brian Covert. He did that video on that one. And you got two wheels. I actually did that whole video. I have Final Cut Pro, and I will do my own filming outside. different places and do different things. And then I also use something which I love called ArtGrid. I don't know if you've heard of
I'm
ArtGrid.
writing that down. Art grid.
ArtGrid, big shout out to ArtGrid. ArtGrid is a bunch of videographers that do the things that, unless you want to spend a lot of money, they do the things where, you get the aerial shots and things like that. And
Ooh.
they're videographers, and you can totally use it. You can use it for monetization. They want you to use their stuff. That's their whole thing. And so you can put in there, so for You Got Two Wheels, when we do that video, you'll see there are some shots where it's me and there's overlays. Those are ArtGrid and things, and you can actually put, hey, I want a guy in a red truck. I want him to look kind of like this, and it'll pull up all these different videos for you, and you can put them in with your videos. And so, if you don't have a drone and you want to get like an aerial shot of the country, or a scene or something like that, you can use that stuff in amongst. And they have like a membership. You pay so much for the year and have unlimited downloads.
That's it. Well, see, this is why Billy's my favorite. The camera loves you, Randie. Thank you, Billy. Thank you. But ArtGrid sounds wonderful. I've used Fiverr when I wanted a Christmas song to be AI. I wanted it to be cartoonish.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'd never done this before, so I always do live videos. So I went to Fiverr and I found this guy, and he was amazing. And
you can find a lot of good things on Fiverr. A lot of people that can do a lot of stuff. I've used Canva Pro. My Santa's Gone Country video, that one's AI, and I used Canva Pro for that. I put in exactly what I wanted, and I would just keep fine-tuning it until I got the characters that I wanted, because that one I have some animation in there. There's some like animated elves and things in it.
I'm actually doing a show on AI and music on the 30th. I have 2 producers coming in, and they're going to take one of my songs and replace it with AI lyrics. I'm almost scared. But it's not as easy as you learn. Like when you're doing AI animation, it's not just do this video. You have to tweak scene by scene, like, exactly what you want in it, how it's going to move. And there's an art to that.
Yes. It took me hours. Yeah. Videos take me hours to do. Sometimes, 2 to 3 days to just get all the clips that I want. And then I spend time putting it in and getting it right. But yeah, that's true with AI, especially because AI, sometimes you put stuff in there, it'll give you some really funky looking things. Yeah. You're like, what's that?
You close
That's
to what
not an elf.
You put in. And I found doing that video took longer than if I was jumping around in front of a camera. Like if I was doing a party scene or something like that. There was so much back and forth. And I was nervous because editors usually go, okay, you have 3 edits. And I'm like, oh my God, there's like so much.
Yeah.
The elves aren't coming in at the right time, like the whole timing sequence. But it's not easy, But I do think it has its place. But I think as long as people know that, I mean, some of the times it's obvious, elves in a
right.
Video.
Yeah.
Come on, people, But I think for music, it's not as obvious.
Yeah, that's true. Definitely, AI's gotten really good. It's sometimes hard to tell.
Right. Right. Now, I think every country girl, country musician has a song about country home. And I think Country Love is kind of your song for that.
Yeah, interesting story with Country Love, because I was working at Waffle House, one of my many jobs when I came to Nashville. I was working at Waffle House because I was playing the Opryland Hotel. I had like a residency there for 9 months. I would play there in the evening, like 4 nights a week. So I needed a morning job, and I could work at Waffle House from 6 to 2 and get over to the Opryland Hotel by 4. So I would do Waffle House, and I met a guy there who he was deaf in one ear. He wrote poems, and he wanted to start writing songs with me. And his name was Rick McMahon, and we wrote Country Love together. We wanted to write a song about just finding love and the city girl finds love and she moves out to the country, which is kind of the story of my life because, I
Right,
was in the
right,
city and I live in the country now. I found a country guy. So that's kind of, how my life ended up going. But that's kind of how the song came about. And what's really, I got to tell you this because it's really funny. My husband and I were trying to figure out where we wanted to shoot this video. And so I was driving in the car going down Franklin Road and I saw this house and this land. And I said, that's where Country Love needs to be shot. And he said, my grandparents used to live on that property. And I didn't even know it because I didn't know his grandparents had passed. I didn't know his grandparents. And he said, I know the guy that owns that. I'll just ask him. And he asked the guy to go, sure, you can shoot it here. So we got Brian Covert to be the videographer and got some people that I played with in a band to come out there and do it. And we did it outside Country Love.
All right. So our listeners, you're not going to get to see the video. For the rest of us, let's watch and listen to Country Love.
He only came to the city from his small town to see what was behind those bright lights. He only came in to eat when he sat in the seat next to mine. I'll never forget when our eyes met, how we fumbled our first hello. It's when this city girl found country love in her soul. Big house, dirt road, a front porch swing and a floor. That's what I'm dreaming of. Country love, with a million stars to wish on, and the light of the moon up above. Country love. He only asked where to find a good place to stay, maybe catch up on some sleep. I was just being nice when I suggested he might stay with me. It was just like you see in a late night movie, swept me right off my feet. Now I'm trading my Calvin Kleins for a pair of faded blue jeans. Big house, dirt road, front porch swing and a floor. That's what I'm dreaming of. Country love, with a million stars to wish on, and the light of the moon up above. Country love. With a million stars to wish on, and the light of the moon up above. Country love. Country love. Country love. Country love.
And we are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7, your one stop for all indie artists in our radio stations and Plow Zone, My Indie Radio, Hotel Universe for all your video needs. We appreciate all our listeners. And let's see what kind of comments we have. Oh, there, we got a lot of feedback on that one. Yeah, it's awesome. Again, this is live, so anyone watching, we could actually see your comments. So feel free to tell us where you're calling from and all your comments. I know sometimes there's a little bit of a delay. Sometimes with some of the, especially LinkedIn, I think has a bit of a delay. But we love our listeners, so thank you. Yeah, that looked like a fun video. I don't know. I think I like the red hair better.
Thank you for saying that. I thought asymmetrical look for many, many years. And finally, one day I said, I'm done. I'm just going to let the hair grow out. It was actually during COVID, actually.
Yeah.
Because for a while, my hairdresser would come and we'd do it outside. And then it got really cold. And it's like, I'm like, what am I going to do? So I started growing out this asymmetrical thing. And then eventually, my hair got long. It took like 18 months for my hair to grow. And then all that work growing it out, I said, I think I'm just going to leave it. COVID was over, but I'm done. I'm just going to leave it long. So.
Right. Yeah, I like the red.
Thank you.
So, and I've always been a short hair girl. So.
Yeah, there are advantages to both. Some days I really miss the short hair. I could do something with it, but I could leave it kind of messy. It's a little bit when it's longer. You can put it back in a ponytail, but
I was gonna say I can't do the ponytail thing. I got to make it kind of like look like something. Wet your fingers and make it happen. Pull it around. But the advantage is long hair. You can do the whole ponytail, and everyone knows. So, is that going to be from the same album, or is your new song a totally different album?
We're putting out a new album. I'm actually in the studio finishing up. We have like a few more songs left to finish up, and then it'll be coming out. We're thinking most likely April, like late spring.
Okay.
So it'll be a whole new album. So I'm very excited about that, and I'm really looking forward to a lot of new songs. I feel like as a songwriter, I've matured a lot, and a lot of new co-writers. So it's just going to be, it's exciting. It's definitely a journey.
I admire you for the co-writing a lot. I have worked with co-writers, Anthony Kazan from the Spin Doctors, and you don't know what you're going to get. Even if you know someone well, you don't know the chemistry when you write.
Yes, there is definitely, and there's some people you just click with. Like Courtney with the one on It's a Love Thing, Courtney Bach. We just click. It's like we're just very relaxed around each other. But then there's some you kind of have to, maybe sometimes it takes a few co-writes to warm up to each other or to get to know each other. And then it's just like any kind of relationship. Sometimes you write with someone and there just isn't anything there. Maybe there's just not that spark of chemistry to write together,
It's interesting. When you co-write, you understand why some bands can't stay together.
Yeah,
the chemistry's not there, or there's tension when you write. One person wants to take it in a different direction, different creative ideas.
Yeah.
But it's a really interesting process.
Yeah, and you have to kind of put your pride aside. It sometimes can be hard, especially if a song is like if it's a story about your life. I write a lot of songs that are actually stories about my life. And I've had to rewrite some of those and bring in other people. So I have to basically tell them the whole story about my life so they can understand and write it. But I've done that with people. And sometimes that can work out well, but it is. And I always felt like my songs were kind of like my children. And then I was told, no, you're not allowed to think like that when you write. But then I heard Lainey Wilson say it recently that her songs are like her children. So I'm like, well, I think it's okay.
But, it's interesting because the first song I did from a prompt, Sinners and Saints, I thought it was a stupid prompt and I wasn't going to do it. But then I did it and it was liberating because it really wasn't my story. It was just something that you would fit, and you kind of can make it what you want and made it funky. And if people had an edit for it, I'd be like, okay, like I wasn't quite as invested as a very personal song. So I really had to embrace.
That's true.
Prompt.
Personal stories are more.
What do you mean? You don't understand?
Yeah. And it's a good exercise to write that way.
Yeah. Because it's like means so much to you. Like, what do you mean you don't get the line? You're like, everything is tragic. And when you're writing from a prompt, it's like, okay, how do we make it better? Like, so.
Yeah, there's not that personal connection with it, that attachment.
You
Makes it
think
easier.
that, but yet it's still part of you. It's still a story you came up with.
Yeah.
But it's not,
Yeah, that's true.
it's embellished. Like,
Right.
a lot. So I kind of like it. I mean, it's a good exercise every now and then. I think it keeps you honest, keeps your chops up, kind of right from prompts. Yeah. So, all right, now we're coming up to the air guitar, which you pull off so much better than me. I can hear this.
Oh, that's funny.
This is your bad boy song.
That's what you call it. Yes, I guess it is. I come up with this idea that I wanted to write a song about a girl that's in a Starbucks and she sees this guy and it's like, and he pulls up on a motorcycle and he's got tattoos and it's just love at first sight kind of a thing. And I wrote it with Michael Shepard.
Like, I'm intrigued that you made it a Starbucks and not a bar.
I think that because I don't know, I didn't want it to be just like your typical, there's so many songs I think written about being in a bar. I've written them, I wanted this one to be a little different. And I felt like a lot of people meet people now in these cafes and, it's really cool to be at these places, these coffee places. And so I thought a lot of people would be able to relate to that concept.
I think it's your first meeting, like you're on these stupid dating sites, which I just had to take myself off one because I don't think they were real. I think they were all AI. I don't know. But rather than the pressure of going to dinner, like, can we go for coffee? Like,
yeah, I think it's definitely in a more casual way to get to know somebody and a safer way, I think, just,
right. Tons of people around.
Yeah. It makes it a little less pressure.
Right. So, and if I don't like you, I can go, oh, look, I got to go walk my dog. It's just easy to escape.
Yeah, you can always, tell me and I'll call you. Like if there's a certain time, just 10 minutes into it, you want me to give you a phone call.
Right. It's so obvious, though.
Yeah.
It is. Everyone, if there's a call, if I'm with someone, they get a call at 10, 20 minutes, I know why. If they pick it up, I'm doomed. And if they don't pick it up, I'm okay. But if I go, oh, I have to go walk my dog, there's no defense of that. It's true to an extent. You can't go, no, you can't walk your dog. Like,
Yeah,
so,
unless they want to come home with you when you walk your dog. Then that could be an issue.
Can I walk the dog with you? Oh, he'll bite you. That's true. I've never had him do that. Actually, I've only done it once, and it was at a Dunkin' Donuts. It just was wrong from the time he sat down, and I'm like, and I didn't know what to do, and I did the, oh my God, I just left work and now I got to go walk my dog thing. That's when I came up with it.
Creative.
That's so bad. So, if this is a true story, did it work out with the guy with the motorcycle?
This is not a true story. This is actually from my imagination, in my world where I'm a little more the wild Re, which
there you
the
go.
wild motorcycle ride and tattoo lover Re.
Is your husband like? Is he an accountant?
No. My husband is a therapist.
Oh,
a licensed marriage and family therapist.
Oh, okay.
But he does ride a motorcycle. Not a Harley, but he does ride a motorcycle. And so I have a lot of friends that ride, and he has a lot of people he rides with. So I don't ride. And in my mind, I would love to ride, but I'm such a control freak. Like even in the passenger seat of a car, I would be bad news on the back of a bike with anyone.
Is that right? You don't ride, and you have a song about it.
I know, right? Yeah.
The inner child in you wants to let go and ride.
Yeah. One day you're going to see me on Facebook. I'm going to be in a leather jacket and some tattoos and be on the back of a red Harley.
I hope so. Even if it's all right, not if a Harley, like, your husband's bike. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right, let's listen to You Got Two Wheels.
Hanging out drinking Starbucks coffee. See her pull up on a shiny Harley, winning me over with that wing, making me blush without saying a thing. Your ring sleeve screams heavy metal. You kinda look like the Tasmanian devil. Never did feel like this before. My mind says stop, my heart craves more. We might be a love song that turns into you done me wrong. Sugar sweet when it's on the tongue. In the heat maybe won't burn long. We could end like Tina night, hot and heavy then we're cold as ice. You got two wheels, I got a tank top. Let's go for a ride, see where the road stops. It's been 2 years since we fired that hogger. Got some free-range chickens and our name on a mailbox. Never did think we'd come this far, catching lightning bugs in a mason jar. It could have been a love song that turned into you done me wrong. Sugar sweet when it's on the tongue, got sweeter as time went on. We didn't end like Tina night, we're hot and heavy and it lasts all night. You got two wheels, I got a tank top. Let's go for a ride, we know that we won't stop. My arms are wrapped around you tight. So glad we went on that first ride. Could have been a love song that turned into you done me wrong. Sugar sweet when it's on the tongue, got sweeter as time went on. We didn't end like Tina night, we're hot and heavy and it lasts all night. You got two wheels, I got a tank top. Let's go for a ride. You got two wheels, I got a tank top. Let's go for a ride, we know that we won't stop. We know that we won't stop.
All right, we are back on the ranch. We are brought to you by Blast Music 24/7. If you are an indie artist, Americana artist, and want to be on the ranch, just go to my website, randieo'neil.com/shows, and you too could be on the ranch. Oh, we got a lot of people tapping along to that song. So, yeah, that's a good one.
Thanks.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah, that was a fun song. That's a fun song to do. It's a fun song to do live.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. You have like colored guitar strings. You color code?
Yeah. So that particular, I had those on. They glow in the dark, those strings. I was at a NAMM
Okay.
show in
How did I
Nashville.
not know there's a thing like color coded glow in the
yeah.
dark? What?
Yeah. And so I still had those on, and I don't know why I still had those on that guitar. I had some extra ones. I put them in there, but I actually have done. I didn't do one this year in October, but I'll do a song like I've done Superstition by Stevie Wonder. I did Thriller, where I played just the electric guitar and I put on the UV light, and the strings glow in the dark, and I'll put on glow in the dark nail polish. So all you'll see is the guitar strings and the fingers.
Cool is
Yeah.
that? I
It's
would love
fun.
to see the glow in the dark nail polish guitar player.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that would be cool to do in a show too. I'd have to have more of a crew. But to
Right,
have that
You
where
put it like with a flashlight, like putting the light on
up there.
on your fingers.
Yeah, they're really great. But yeah, so I got them at a NAMM show. They gave me some samples of them, and I just loved them. So they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun, and they feel pretty good on your fingers. They're a little bit of a different feel if you're not used to them on electric guitar. But
Okay.
yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, they're fun, and I'm like, maybe that would help my guitar playing. Probably not. Glowing in the dark. I don't know. I need help. I need help. I like play soft and sing loud. That's my whole mantra. Okay. All right. So you're working on your new album that's coming out maybe in April.
Mhm.
And what else you've got going on? You have shows coming up?
Yeah, I'm playing tonight. I'll be getting in my phone booth and changing outfits. And I'm playing at the legendary Kimbrough's in Franklin, Tennessee. The Tennessee Songwriters Association, which I'm a member of, does a what they call Monday Mayhem once a month at Kimbrough's. They travel around different places doing it. So this time it's at Kimbrough's. We've been there before, and it's a lot of fun. Kimbrough's has been around for years in downtown Franklin, Tennessee. So it's starting at 7, but I don't go on till 9:30. So I'm doing like a 30-minute set, and it's just originals, and it's a great time. It's very laid back, and it's just like the stories behind the songs, like a singer-songwriter kind of atmosphere. So I really enjoy it. I love hearing the stories of other people's songs and why they wrote them and all that. And so I'm doing that, and I'll be playing in Texas in June at the Michael Ross Winery, and I'm working on some other places, that I'm going to be playing probably late spring. But right now I'm trying to finish the studio stuff.
Right,
So
right,
staying in town right now doing stuff.
Right. It's funny when I'm in the studio, I need to be in the studio. I need to be writing mode. And I do that in the winter. And then I kind of, pivot to promote and,
Yeah, that makes sense too, because I like to kind of hibernate in the winter. I'm not a big winter person. I like the snow and the fashion of the winter, but I'm not crazy about the real cold weather. So it really is a good idea to do a lot of writing, be creative and be inside for the winter months.
right.
And then
That's
come
what it's
out in the
for.
spring.
I don't know. I can't even watch the Winter Olympics. It makes me cold. Like just watch.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're ice skating on it with these little outfits on, and I'm like, it's got to be cold. Like,
Oh, they're freezing. Yeah.
you're freezing. And that's what I'm thinking when they're falling. Like, oh, that hurts, but they're on ice. It's cold.
Yeah. Yeah. I felt like my big thing I learned about on Amazon is flannel pantyhose. So
Is that it's a thing? I'm learning so much from you. It's like amazing.
for those of you out there who may not know, there is flannel pantyhose. They look like hose. They are awesome. And they're like, if you want to wear a cute little skirt or dress or something, you put those on and you're good to go, girls.
All right.
Yeah.
On Amazon. Another reason. All right. Another thing Amazon is good for.
Yeah.
Flannel pants. I think I have a pair of flannel tights. They're black. Come to think of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I have this dog walking coat. It's just this big fluffy, down coat that goes down to my ankles. Like.
Yep.
So anyway, living for the summer. That's why we're the werewolves of summer. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a few shows coming up. You have your new album on your website.
Yes, the website that people can find me there at remattei.com. And if you give it a second, it'll pop up and you can join my we call it a fan club, or my email subscriber list. You get 2 free songs for joining. One of them's Country Love. And the other one is one I never released. I recorded it around the same time as Country Love, and I just saved it for people that join. And so they can join, and then they'll get emails from me once in a while. I don't do tons of emails. Like there's maybe once a week, there's some emails that you'll learn about how I ended up in Nashville, and different things about Berkeley, and different things about my life and my journeys through my music career. And I'm also on all social media platforms too, like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those.
I think that's really great that you have exclusive stuff for your fans. That shows
Yeah.
that you really love your fans, you really nurture your fans and your relationship with them, and that's what it's all about.
I do love them. I call them the trailblazers because I feel
Trail-
like we're blazing a trail together, and they're very supportive. I have some really supportive, wonderful fans that, when the song came out on the 13th, It's a Love Thing, there were people that were sending me, happy release day and adding me to their playlists. And, I'm so grateful for people for doing that. It really helps indie artists. But it just, means a lot because we put so much effort and our heart into all this. It's nice. Yeah. I just love people that, celebrate with me. And I feel like, oh, I'm not alone here. Somebody's celebrating with me.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It does. And people, as indie artists, all those likes and following and all that stuff counts when you go for shows. Even how much they play your song, how many likes you get and things like that will move you up on the algorithms and stuff. So it's
Yes. Yeah,
really
it does
important.
it. And I think venues look at that stuff too,
Yep. How much
Mhm.
of a following, how much of a local following that they have.
Yeah.
Re, it's so fun hanging out with you tonight.
I loved it, and I'm so thankful. Thank you for having me. It's been so much fun to really spend a lot more time chatting with you,
No,
which is
we were
really nice.
passing on ISO. We were like, hi,
Yeah.
Are you going to be there in Atlanta this summer?
I plan on it. Yes.
All right.
That-
We'll have to hang
That's
out.
the plan.
Have
Definitely.
a drink together.
That's right.
All
Sure.
right, everybody, I want to thank you for listening and hanging in there this long. We are here every Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Central time. We are live. We'd love to have your comments and you guys hanging out. We love our radio affiliates and everyone who listens and our Roku TV people. So again, thanks for hanging out on the ranch, and we will catch you next week.
Bye-bye.
You can hang out. All right.
I'm on the road, don't know where it goes. I'm on the road, follow your heart, it won't let you down. Follow your heart, take the steps beyond your way.